I think what I realized in that shift was there wasn't an inherent nature, like there wasn't anything to anything. You know what? I just remembered how I described this other shift and I was comparing the two. It's like in Asilomar, it was sort of like, so you take a cylinder, a shape, or a pillow, right? And then so it's like before this shift at Asilomar, it seemed like, okay, there's a pillow there that has a solidity to it, and to some extent, energetically, right, is what we're talking about. And there's an inside and an outside of it. And there's something inside it and something outside of it. And then at Asilomar, it was like there wasn't anything inside anything anymore. Like inside a pillow, as an example, there wasn't anything inside of it, even though you could say logically there's fluff and whatever, glitter inside it. But you don't have glitter inside your pillows. This is what makes everything magical.
There's only one way to find out.
But
this is going to end in a pillow fight and glitter.
Oh my God.
That'd be a wild hit it.
That'd be great. Let's do it. But it was like there was still objects, but there wasn't anything inside them. Like they were empty inside. But there was still some sense of inside and outside that I don't think I realized until this last shift of that dropping away.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, in short, just to keep in the same context, that shift that happened at this last retreat was more, part of that realization was that there wasn't a inside or an outside to anything. There was just that, like it's like literally just appearance, nothing beyond it, nothing more than that.
Like everything is mere appearance. Even what appears as form is mere appearance, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was just that. And so like take an object for staying in the same context, something that's, say, what's the word of a circle?
Sphere?
Sphere, okay. So take a sphere, like an example of like sort of a pillow, is like, okay, it was sort of like, I could tell that it was still a sphere in some way, but it was also that it was almost like a flattened, one-dimensional almost sphere, or I don't know if it's 2D, 1D, or what, I don't really know. That didn't really matter too much. What really mattered was that, like, even if it was perceived in a sphere, it was like you could reach through it. There was no inside and outside of it at all. Versus at Asilomar, it was more like, oh, there's a sphere there with nothing inside of it now. But now it's sort of like there isn't really a sphere there. But it's not, that isn't denying that there is a sphere there. Yeah. I don't know how to talk about that part.
How about as far as how you feel?
How I feel?
Like the sense of self or you changed?
Well, even just energetically, the body too, it feels very much like that, how I described the sphere, where it's, there's no inside.
No inside.
Yeah, and I think without, it's so even like, okay, if I rest, like when we were talking about earlier, sort of first awakening stages where I rested in my heart a lot. So even if I rest my attention on my heart now, it's like there's a sensation there of what we're calling it as resting in the heart, but it's not in the heart because there isn't an inside the heart. It's almost more like, it's just that, I don't know. It's just that one pointed sensation. It's very simple in the experience and energetically, and that's how the body feels to me. It doesn't feel like it's like it's happening there, but it's not inside. Like if I have a stomach cramp, it's happening there, you could say, in that space. That's even leaving too much to it, but for context of speaking, like, excuse me, it's there in that space, but it's not inside a structure of anything, of any kind. Yeah. Does that translate?
Yeah, and is that experience of, when you say like that there can be some kind of awareness of the heart space or whatever, even though it's not actually there, is that the experience of it, is there anything perceiving it from anywhere?
No, not even, you couldn't even say from the inside of it, or from it.
Yeah.
You can't say it's proceeding from it, which I think is maybe different than the last realization, because last realization seemed more like it's being perceived from it itself, like awareness was in the thing itself.
Yeah.
But there's not. It's really weird
The
to talk
subject,
about. There's
I
not
might say
a
like not subject,
space.
the space, the object, the experience, the sensation, and the appearance that something's aware of it. At first, it collapses into it, and then you see that both of those were never even real.
Yeah, they're
Awareness
not there.
and like form is emptiness. Like they even form and emptiness are dependently co-arising, meaning they're not actually existing
Yeah.
at all. And what's interesting with that is it seems to come with this sense that there's no inner world at all. There's nowhere that you can go back to make yourself feel better, to regroup, to
Yeah, and
reflect from.
without an inner world, there's no self at all, any structure of self at all, because with what a self is a resistance, and a resistance has to hide behind something. It has to be in resistance to something else. And if there isn't distance, it's sort of like dimensionality is gone.
Yeah.
And in dimensionality not being there, where would a self be? Like, where would anything be?
Yeah.
But it's not to say that there's nothing here.
Right.
That's sort of missing the mark. And it sounds like that because when we hear this, and even when we translate this through our human mind that works in sort of this dualistic construct, it seems like there's an opposite to something. But it's like period, end of story kind of thing. Like, just stop there. Like, don't add the opposite or the negative part or the good part. Like, it's not in opposition to anything else. It's just that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
When there's no self, or when it's clear that there's no self, that there never was, the most subtle self structure, meaning you can't even know what it was till it's gone in a sense, fully. But what you said is exactly right. It lives in resisting, struggling, pushing and pulling on something, being in opposition to something, being in relation to something, and the somethingness and the self actually co-arise. So when you see there's no self, there's also no something. There's nothing that can be related to. But it also, as you very rightly point out, doesn't mean that there's something called nothing out there. There's just no inside or outside. There's no actually existing substance, perception, form, self, other. But again, it's not nothing.
Yeah, and one of the things that you had helped share with me when this was clarifying a week or two ago, and I was trying to sort of explain it to you to some extent, was there's just appearance. There's nothing beyond it. And that language really made sense to me. It really feels like there's nothing beyond it. Like, there's no reality, no like inherent reality to things.